come over here. Does she run into anything along the way? She would have gone around the statue.
Yeah, she doesn't run into anything along the way.
Okay. How almost dead does he look?
He is literally on his last legs. Like, one hit, doesn't even need to be a good hit, one hit will kill him.
She's gonna grapple him.
Okay. Roll a... I don't...
Athletics.
I'm gonna counter that. I'm gonna try to counter that anyway.
He's gonna try and roll against it.
He rolled double natural ones. He did not want to break free, it seems.
Alright. And she's just gonna pull him one square back away from Shiki so she doesn't have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay. And then it's Sayara's turn after Ione.
Which was a waste because Sayara instantly gibbed it with thing, which she doesn't anymore.
And you just stopped that from happening.
Random
I'm
question.
just looking at Ione like, why?
Random question. If I wanted to take the hat from the leader, what action would that be?
Free action.
I would say that would just be to interact with action or interact with object.
So free?
Free, essentially, yes.
So yeah, I'll go down here and I'll take the hat and put it on. And then I'll walk up to Atagi and cast a 4th level Cure Light.
Okay.
Cure Light.
And the soldier, he doesn't actually seem to be that terribly upset at that as you pull the hat off the his dead leader.
Okay.
That's weird.
I'll make him upset.
You heal 27.
Yeah.
And I heal 6.
All right.
And then I do a short bow at the last guy.
Yeah, and he'll kind of nod. He'll kind of do the similar. He just tips his head at least, and he looks up at Shiki.
Sorry about this, but I don't like your hat.
And you hit, and he falls back on the ground.
I gotta ask, how big are these bullets going into him?
These bullets, they're not quite the size of a baseball, but maybe the size of a golf ball.
Does he lose his chest cavity when this goes in?
He took 15 damage.
He seems to be rather sturdy and durable. So, like, there's a hole in his chest, but it's not like part of his body got blown apart.
Atagi, can you,
Not until the bookman's gone.
But, oh.
I don't know if he's still here.
Are we still in initiative?
Yeah, so you're still in initiative for the time being.
Can I just go up to him and take his gun off him? Sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna be doing.
Yep. Next up is Lily's turn.
Can Ione, as a free action, take his hat?
She may. She was grappling him.
Okay. Lily is just gonna join the others.
Okay. Carly is going to pick up her egg. Soldiers are dead. You have no clue where the book is, if anywhere.
Sorry, guys, I couldn't find it.
I think it wasn't actually hostile towards us.
Then why did it try to do so much to us?
It didn't. Think about it. All it did was try to protect itself.
Then it could have told us as much.
Maybe it can't speak.
Hey, you!
It
What the
didn't have a
fuck was
face.
that book thing?
Atagi!
And now that Atagi has ran over to look at the elephant, she can see that he's cowering in the back, more or less. He's against the bookshelf, looking over. I don't think she's far enough
Guys,
in
we're
to look
still
over.
in initiative,
She
aren't
sees
we?
there's a table, there's like an easel with a painting on it, and he'll look over like, book thing. Wait, is everything done? You defeated everything?
The book thing is still alive. What is it?
Book thing? I don't know what year. And he's turning his head, and he's like kind of shaking his head side to side, and as he shakes his head off to the, it'd be off to the right for him, so off towards where the table is and everything's like, the book's not there anymore.
What is it?
It was one of the dragon's trophies. It was a spell book from, I don't know where. It just had a lot of knowledge. I couldn't even make sense of most of what it said. It wasn't it didn't seem to want to be read.
So what you're saying is it's an animated, sentient spellbook. Fucking wizards and your stupid shit.
And as Atagi's saying all this, he seems to be stopping and thinking for a moment. No, yeah, That would make sense. I could feel something brush by when it went by, and if it didn't get powerful enough to get by beforehand, it seemed more active when those orc things appeared.
I looked and realized that they're all dead, and I'm like, now I kind of wish we kept one alive. I think maybe at this point we're out of initiative because it seems like everyone wants to
Yeah,
act.
you're out of initiative at this point.
Alright.
Atagi.
I'll drop my 2 spells so you can take the aura off.
Yep.
I dropped my spell.
Yep, let me shrink her back down to normal.
I lose rage.
I don't like being big.
It's effective.
I'm
Who's
going
gonna
to.
peruse this bookshelf?
I'm
Um,
going to systematically go through and look at all, like, the dragon statue up here,
Yeah.
the chest over here, I think that's what that is,
Yeah,
and then go check out this workbench place down here.
yeah, and he'll come down, like step down here for a second as Sayara's looking around and explain. Your adventurers, they mentioned the dragon was dead. Was that true?
That
We
was
killed
us, yes.
And he looks extremely relieved at that. Does that mean that you can get me out of here?
Does this
I
guy have
mean-
any scales on his body, or
No, he appears to be just a normal elf. Actually, Lily, roll a history check.
Yeah, Lily was gonna say, "Who are you?"
Ow. Stub. Why does toe hurt? Ow. Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry that
Shut
you
up,
stubbed your
it's not
toe
funny.
on my history roll.
Yes, I did. Shut up. It's
One
not
gun,
funny.
2 gun, 3 gun, 4 gun.
All
Shogun.
right. He introduces himself as Carrick Lydon. And Lily, you actually recognize this name.
Oh, I know
Only
you.
because your mother never shuts up.
Yeah, that is true. Who is it?
This, as Lily remembers, her mother mentioned long ago about some famous artist and a very intelligent elf who was very good at painting and statue making and all of these various things, who lived back near where she was at home. Lily's mother actually mentioned several times about wanting to commission him to get a proper decorations around the home.
And family portrait.
You're an artist,
More.
aren't you?
Yes, that's why the dragon took me, and that's the only reason I lived as long as I did.
She points at the absolutely demolished statue. Is that yours?
It was, but don't worry, the dragon, I made that to keep the dragon from eating me. I've made all of these to keep the dragon from eating me.
do you know about the other elves that were taken prisoner by the dragon? I use disguise self to turn into the half dragon, half elf thing.
The half
that we
dragon.
fought.
And he kind of
Does this look familiar?
just rears back a little bit. Thankfully, since he watched you transform, he realizes that it's not actually the half dragon. Yes, that's the dragon's child. She was as vicious as he was.
Ugh, gross. What about her cohorts? Were they people you may have known?
Not well. Whenever one of us was no longer properly entertaining the dragon, he would haul one of us off. I never saw any of them again.
They were in the forest, completely deranged.
And I was lucky to have kept entertaining him.
I put a hand on his shoulder. Where do you live? We can escort you back.
Have you ever heard of a town called Crossroads?
Have I ever
Yes.
heard of a town called Crossroads?
We have. I don't know about Atagi, but we have.
I have. That's what I'm asking. Have I ever heard
I'm
of
gonna
a town
say
called
Atagi
Crossroads?
has not, because it's a rather small town otherwise.
We've
I
been
look
there.
over to Lily. That makes it easy. I'm sure we can escort him back.
Now that I think about it, is the guy injured at all?
He doesn't look to be terribly injured. He looks to be malnutrition, but
Lily's
not
gonna
like no
hand him a
particular
ration.
injuries. And he'll take the food. He'll look at you for a second, just making sure it's okay, and then he'll quickly just start devouring it. And as he's doing this, he'll kind of stop every so many bites to explain some more things about like what the dragon had around here, and he'll explain, and he seems almost apologetic in his tone that he's sorry that there's not a lot of things of worth here. The dragon was more interested in intellectual like trophies or what have you. Like they really liked having like capturing sentient creatures and just those who were smart and that could entertain him, and
Right.
he was the last one to keep entertaining the dragon. Like a few statues around here. There was a small pile of gold coins around where actually Carly went off to get the egg, and he'll
Yeah,
actually
the bottom
look at
left
it,
I've just noticed.
yeah, and he'll actually mention, he'll point off to Carly, who is still holding the egg closely, and she is carrying a relieved look on her face. They brought that egg in there probably a few weeks back, not that terribly long. I don't think there's much anything else here. There's a few painting supplies, everything else, and he kind of, like, as everyone kind of, if people go down here, he'll kind of point out the largest pool and make a mention. The dragon would always come up here. I think he had a special passageway to come up, but that water is poisoned, so we couldn't go out that way. And you see there's a tunnel over there past the one guardian that leads to a whirlpool down. There was no way to swim up through there, and we couldn't climb up the passageway from where you guys came. We just trapped down here.
Don't worry. We'll get you
Yeah.
out. Just relax.
Thank you.
Do you know where you are in relation to Crossroads? Because we're quite a ways away.
Yeah, this dragon traveled around a lot, and his child with that other beast they had.
The wyvern?
Thunder Beast?
The wyvern?
Yes, I think that's what it is. It was
Okay, that-
dragon.
Yeah, oh, that's dead.
Oh, it's all dead.
Oh, and so is she.
That's very good to hear.
One right between the eyes.
All right, so for the actual treasure in here, as he's explained, this dragon did not actually collect like mounds of magical items and other things to keep as trophies.
She likes art.
He really liked his art. So you do have a number of paintings. There's that bookcase is full of books that have poems and everything else in there. There's a few statues here and there that some of them smaller than others.
Boring.
Some of them smashed than others.
Some of
boring,
them smashed to pieces.
broke.
You'll find that there is also down here on the bottom. You'll find there's a pile of money. Yeah, the piles of money down there, and there's probably 100 platinum pieces, 2,200 gold pieces, 3,000 silver pieces, and 4,000 copper pieces.
As I'm counting through all the gold, I'm like, that fight was pretty tough. I think I need a raise.
No, not
You
yet.
get-
You'll get a bonus.
You get an even share with the rest of us.
I like the sound of a bonus, and I kind of actually collapse onto the floor in front of the gold. I have one level spell slot left.
should-
One level.
Yeah, I have
uh,
more spell slots than I expected I would have left.
I've burnt through all my sorcery points.
I just kind of sit there and just kind of like pat the head.
Yeah,
Hot diggity damn.
at the very least, it would be nice to take a short rest.
Yeah, if you want to take a short rest, I suggest you would come up into the side room here. There is some poison that lingers and down close to the ground. It'd be better to be higher up.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Shiki looks in for the gas mask. What?
Well, for your companions, I assume that contraption is meant to block out the poison.
Luckily, I haven't had to use it too much.
Lily is going to basically spend this entire short rest going through the books and seeing if there's anything that Falana would be interested in.
All
If
right,
it's
roll
most-
investigation.
Lily, if it's mostly poems, we could send it to the Bard College.
During the short rest, I'll do this. If it'll load. There we go. Everybody gains 19. Including the elf dude,
Yeah.
if he's
Oh,
injured.
He's not
cool.
exactly wounded. He's just starving, more or less.
I figured, but
We
it's
gave
more
him
just...
rations.
Yeah, and he's very grateful for the rations. He's eating them up. It's probably the first bit of like pure clean food he's had to eat in a while. Lily, as you've looked through the various books, you don't see anything that you feel would interest Falana. I mean, most of the things are poetry, stories, nothing that seems particularly interesting to her.
Nothing about other dimensions or realities or timelines.
Nothing particular to that. Like, there's a few that mention the various planes, but you don't know if the planes are really something that would help her out.
Anything about the elemental plane of air?
There is an offhand mention to one of those in the book.
Whichever book mentions it, I take it.
All right. The book, it's mostly kind of actually a manual to the planes. It's got very general information on them all.
Yeah, I just kind of give it a quick flick through, just kind of to get an idea of what it's going on about, and I put it in my bag to read later.
Yep.
I've got to ask, when I grabbed the guns, did I get any musket bullets off them?
I'm going to say you probably ended up with 40 bullets between
Not
all
bad.
of them.
I'll add that into the old inventory.
I'm editing that at the moment, unless it's yours. Go ahead. On
Well,
yours.
I'll put up. I can keep the ammo on me. It's nothing.
Okay.
Likelihood, I won't be using it because I don't think I'm going to keep those muskets.
The
Um,
pile
I said-
bunker thing.
Yes.
Do we have any more information on that?
Shiki could probably take a...
During the short rest, I'll have a quick look at it with the tinkering.
I can tell you something about it. It hurts.
Well, yes, he uses bullets.
It only shot
really
you like...
sharp.
25
serrated
on the
bullets.
pile bunker.
The pile bunker is, as you're looking it over, you first of all realize that they are they, as well as the musket bullets, which I apologize if I just decided this, but I think it's actually how it's what it's stated for in the book. I don't think there's specific ammos for each type of weapon.
In the PDF for the Gunslinger, it's individual bullets for individual.
Okay, so then it will be separate. The things on this thing, however, are very similar to the musket bullets. In fact, they appear to basically be identical.
You can, if you want to, you can say because it's a sidearm, it's a musket-based shot.
Doesn't the pile bunker fire like serrated blades?
No,
No, it's bullets.
Bullets?
it actually
Huh.
shoots bullets.
Oh,
How
well,
it works
still,
is
it
that
hurts.
how it works is that it shoots 6 at once.
Yeah.
Essentially, like Shiki looking it over, she already had a decent idea from watching it, but with that investigation, she's figuring it out fully. There is 2 shards in the back, elemental, like shards of an elemental, a water and a fire fragment. They combine together to make steam pressure, and there's a little gauge on there she can see which will charge up slowly. And when it's at full pressure, you can pull the trigger and it will shoot out. There's like a revolving magazine, a revolver magazine on it, and it will rotate around, shooting out 6 times. At which case, it will need to be reloaded, and then you also would need to let the pressure go back up.
Man, I've got really good ideas. I reckon I could use some of this to make my revolver.
Yeah, and then there's the
What type of shards did you say this thing's got in it?
it uses the musket rounds essentially.
No, shards.
Firing water elemental shards.
Yeah, the shard of a fire elemental and the shard of a water elemental
Okay.
to build up steam pressure.
That fire shard I could possibly use.
Yeah.
So
a friend of mine actually made a joke because I just thrown in an earth elemental as well, and then oh hey, guess what? Now it has unlimited ammo.
yeah, true.
Throw in an air elemental, and now it's venting the steam at you, at your enemies.
I actually was considering that for the longest time, but I could not think of a way to get it in that I wanted.
I'm looking at this shard and I'm thinking I could possibly use it to make a barrel have a fire effect.
All of the weapons you've recovered, however, have shards like this. It's just the pile bunker has the largest shards.
Okay, quick question. The actual melee component of the pile bunker is strength, correct?
It is strength, yes.
Okay, then I'm definitely taking it apart.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone else is going to want to use this.
Yeah, the other thing is you do know it hits hard. That particular aspect of it, I think I had it as 2d8.
Is it a +1 weapon?
It itself was not inherently magical, but...
Any of these... Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
I didn't have anything more to say. I'm just saying it's not
Any of
inherently
these
magical.
got any particular kind of branding or mark to it?
Nope, nothing that you can see.
All right then.
The muskets at least seem to be all of a similar style, but no two are identical.
And the power bunker kind of looks.
Is
odd.
obviously it's not custom per se, but it doesn't seem to. You get
It's
the
not.
feeling
It's
that-
not a standard make.
Yeah, it's not a standard make. One
Hey,
more thing. While you're taking this break, feel free to roll an Arcana for really anyone.
Can I
though
nail
primarily
another?
it's going to be meant for those who actually cast magic during this.
Oh,
Oh, I
Holy man.
cannot roll bad on Arcana today,
So
despite
I-
having
Mhm.
average.
uh-huh.
Oh,
I rolled pretty well for once.
The two actual mages rolled pretty damn well.
Well,
So, as you're looking back and you're thinking on the various things that happen on this, and you're watching, the dead Kork on the ground, you think about it a little bit, and you go back to question the man one last time about something he said. And particularly the fact that there was some sort of anti-magic field around this area. And we asked them when he's asked about that, he's like, yes, it's one of the ways the dragon kept us in is, and he'll kind of snap his fingers, making light appear on a paintbrush he's holding.
Yeah.
I am skilled with a small bit of magic myself, but this area would have an anti-magic field to prevent it from happening. When those brutes showed up, they actually were washed up. They came out of the same hole that the dragon usually enters from. The magic, I didn't realize it immediately, but the field seemed to weaken.
Huh.
Can we investigate their outfits or whatever to see if they have anti-magic things on them?
You can go ahead and investigate them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
let me help.
I guess I can have a quick look myself.
Yeah.
Because I would have. I would
I'll
have
also
searched for him
cast
anyway.
detect magic just in case.
All right.
I hold
Is
up
it-
my hat in front of her face when she does that.
Ugh.
Examining the outfits themselves, and like the hats they've taken from them, the outfits themselves, they seem to be rather plain and basic. However, with your detect magic, you notice very odd things when you look directly at them. Magic does not seem to flow through them like it does in any other creature. They almost seem to be like a magical void. Not complete, you can get some faint measure from them, but magic does not seem to respond to them as well as it does to other creatures.
Huh?
I think just magic acts weird around them.
Yeah, that's probably the
When
best
you
way to put
summon.
it.
That is the best way to explain it.
They're magic jammers.
I mean, good thing that they can't really avoid slipping on their asses.
All bullets.
Yeah, it's like they can't avoid everything, but magic itself is not very kind to react to them.
So, like, yeah, Sleet Storm, yeah, they can't really avoid the fact that they're now in a conjured Sleet Storm, but if I were to try to levitate them, things may go weird.
Yeah,
Hey, Riley, how's the egg doing?
it seems to be okay, and Carly's, of course, been sitting there the entire time just holding the egg. It seems to be okay. I don't see anything wrong with
she's
it.
literally been watching Shiki just going through this weapon.
She has not really been watching anyone else. She has just been staring at the egg and holding it closely. And now that you've taken a closer look at it, you see it's a blue egg. There are streaks of what looks to be brass going through it. Pretty sure I said it was a brass dragon.
Well,
That's gonna be a weird looking baby.
hey, that's mean.
What?
What? You just called someone's baby weird.
Billy calls from the bookshelf. All babies look weird.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
Did we say what was in that chest?
In the chest itself, you open it up, and inside there's just a number of more trinkets and everything else.
Same with these crates over here.
The crates are actually full of painting supplies,
When we
like
get to the
dyes and paper to paint more and everything else.
when we get to the ship, I guess we'll be able to quickly give you something to make a nest for it. Harpies do that, right?
Yeah, we make nests.
Okay. Sorry.
No.
You,
No, since I don't really have anywhere else to go, if you would like me to stay on the ship, I would not mind.
Lily, she can stay, right?
Well, sure. I don't see any reason why not.
Okay. Yep.
I don't
Hooray,
see any
I'm
reason
no
why not
longer-
either.
No longer the newest crew member.
But we expect you to work,
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine, of course.
but you will be paid if you know what money is.
I like to think I know what money is.
Hooray! I'm not the newest crew member.
Atagi,
You'll have
yes,
to take care of that egg yourself. That's your responsibility, of course.
I can
Of
help.
course. I wouldn't want to put any of this on you guys. You've already helped me get it back. And figure it's probably about to the end of the short rest.
Ione calls
Right
and
there.
says there's another passageway down here.
All right. Want to go down towards that other passageway?
Yep.
Yeah, and as this goes on, the elf, whom I've already forgot what his name was, I think it was Carrick.
Something like that.
Yeah, Carrick. He'll explain, well, we might be able to look that way. There's a waterfall going up. Let me grab these two so I can just carry them.
I would assume this is where the dragon just kind of slept usually.
Yeah, you can see there's like dead bones and everything else in there. And these two will kind of walk this time. Kitsune is, of course, carrying her egg.
People yell at me for moving ahead, Sayara.
Yeah. It's more at this point, we're pretty much done with the place, so I assume there's nothing left.
And then I throw
You never know.
20 dragon.
There's that whirlpool.
This over here is an actual waterfall coming down from above.
Wasn't the water going down this way?
Yes, it was.
And the
How
water
does the water look?
poisonous.
The water looks relatively pure. Like, not
Oh.
maybe not the purest, but relatively.
Can we
Hey
just...
guys, look up here.
And as you look up towards the north, you can see washed up on a bit of a shore a dead pile of moss. Or rather, pile of moss, which you presume immediately to assume it's dead.
How fast is the water moving?
Pretty quickly through here.
guys, why don't we just go back the way we came?
Is the water going up north or south? Because
It's going north here.
Yeah. You know what? I think we can just hop in and grab a hold of the side as we get washed up.
And Carly will fly over first and just land here.
Yeah, I'll trust
away
that.
from that. And she'll look over and she'll think for a second, set down the egg, and go up to the shore. I'll pull you out one at a time.
I'll go last because
Geronimo!
And Atagi, you get washed by. Roll in acrobatics. And between the two of you, as you come by, Crowley is able to catch you and pull you out of the water. And you can now see off to the side what's going on here. As the water comes south from above and north from below to meet and turns into that.
I immediately yell, "Don't do what I just did! It's a very bad idea!"
Well, how are you getting back here then?
Yeah.
I'm fine. You guys really should take the long way. Unless you like drowning.
Is there a long way that can get there though?
It's just the room where we fought the mold things.
No, it's not that room.
No, it's that.
It's
it's
directly
not-
below there.
It's not that far. But seriously, there's a giant whirlpool here. I could have died.
Yeah, we should. I'm not the strongest swimmer, so I don't think we should do it, Lily. Especially so.
Atagi, as you're in this room, you can see over here there is a still lit cigar.
I jump because I can, and I pick up the cigar.
You identify this pretty easily as the one that the sergeant had lit up on the surface.
And it's still smoking.
I wonder what that smell was.
I jump again. Can you guys see me? Can they see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am now smoking a cigar.
That's bad for our health. You know
That's
that, right?
terrible for you.
Do you know where that thing's lips have been?
How does it taste?
It tastes like wine, actually.
I've smoked worse.
Can we just kind of go the long way to try and find our way there?
Yeah, you'd actually have to climb up the little wall there, but you'd probably be able to do that without too much trouble, especially without the guardian to stop you from getting that far.
Yeah.
I turn to Criley. How strong do you think you are?
I could probably fly you that far.
Good, because otherwise
Alright,
I'm kind of stuck.
Just hold still. Hold still.
Oh
And
no,
as-
get your egg over first.
Yeah, okay. And she'll fly the egg over first.
Well,
And tell the others, you should just come back. The passageway up is just up here with the rope.
okay, we'll meet you there. And Shiki's starting to go over.
Can you just move
stop
us
here.
all?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Should we
all
just
right.
go back to Lee? Go back to Lee.
Let me- And all of you will just run around, and you'll eventually end up back in this room here.
Blah.
You'll see that Crowley has currently set her egg up against this wall here. And Atagi, she'll come back, and she'll just say, it's like, okay, I'm going to land on your shoulders, grab onto my legs.
I grab on firmly.
All right. And then she will pick you up, and she will...
Quick question: what's her fly speed when she's got encumbrance?
It's lower, but she can still do. I know it's. Blah, 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 blah. There are actually rules for landing on somebody and carrying them off.
Okay.
It's on the Harpy thing. I don't remember them all, so I'm playing it by ear. But I'm gonna say she's gonna pick up Atagi, and thankfully the cave walls here are kind of opened up because of all the rushing water that's gotten through. In fact, you'd almost get the feeling, looking at the